Hi Sloths, and welcome back to Doki Literature Club Plus. In the last episode we finished up side story 1, which is Trust. We did Trust part 2, and in this episode we're going to do Understanding part 1, and maybe even Understanding part 2. It depends how long Understanding part 1 is, but we're just going to jump straight into this. Actually before I jump into this, I just want to say I think I might have fixed that strange buggy issue with my VTuber model. I just whacked the smoothing nearly all the way to the top, so it's on like smoothness 80 or something like that. So it seems like it's a lot better. I've also increased the range of it all, so I can move a little bit more freely, I think, than I used to be able to, although I still can't nod. I don't know why, but nodding just does not work. Maybe it's because of the whole, I turned off leap action tracking or something like that. Anyway, let's get into Understanding, which seems to be a story about Sayori and Yuri. Begin this side story? Yep. What adorableness have you got for me today? The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. Ah yes, this plays on from the last part, from Trust Part 2. So these are in a specific order. Okay, cool. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks in. A face that seems familiar. Yuri! Why are you clipping your hair at the top there? It's kind of clipping through the screen right there. Okay, there we go, that's better. Yuri looks kind of strange in this shot, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've not played this game in a while, and wow, that music is loud. I hope you can actually hear me over the music. I might actually have to turn the music down a little bit. In fact, let me turn my desktop audio down a little bit. And a little bit more. Hopefully you can hear me perfectly fine. I wasn't prepared for this. I kind of haven't looked at my previous recording to even see what the sound is like. Oh crap. I don't know. Let me just turn it down a little bit on my headphones as well. Okay, so it seems like my voice is just as loud or even louder than the desktop audio now. So hopefully the sound quality is okay for you to hear me. I don't know. Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monica. It's her, it's the girl. It's true, the girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had come across reading alone in a classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she's found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps in the door, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sayori continues to fail, containing her excitement. It's happening, oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monica and this is Sayori and we run the literature club. Even though it's just us so far, but... What's your name, by the way? I'd like to join the club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. That was a really shitty laugh, by the way. I'm so sorry. I'm not good at fake laughing, by the way, as you can probably tell. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So, what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori. This is Monica. Sorry, I already... Nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy is cool. Yes, have you heard of Annabelle Dupont? I can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favourite author. I'm on her 5th book and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. This is adorable. You can borrow my books, I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monica stammers, completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy you found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You'll probably only need to bring one for now. Sayori nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on her desk. True. Okay, I'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sayori silently exchanging glances. That was adorable seeing Yuri all excited and stuff. Oh my, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have, no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid, but that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat when we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is her only interest? It kind of seemed like that. Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty, I just got really anxious all of a sudden. I do that constantly. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yay! That's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice, I'm probably going to need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which, combined with her short time gone, indicates she may have ran at least part of her way. She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets the book down on her desk. Just as Sayori feared, the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal in size to the one already on Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in... Is that a fly? Oh no, it's just... Sorry, I just thought I saw a fly in front of me, flying about, but turns out it was only just a bit of dust and it landed right on top of my microphone. Okay, hopefully I got that off without disturbing the mic too much. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe. What is it, Stephen Bloody King? So going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Sayori nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I think, if we're gonna be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh. Okay. Yuri sits down, then looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So, what made you decide to what made you decide you wanted to join with us? Sorry, my brain is just not working, is it? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Yuri glances over at Monica. Monica came into my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. That was so stupid. I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days just to come here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was. I decided that was probably irrational. Yes, very irrational. Wait. No, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just, walked out. I was actually really hoping that you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. So do I. Yuri, why does your face and eyes look so awkward today? Wait, I don't know if you've noticed, but the corner of her eye there goes over her hair. There's just a little bit of a bug there. I wonder if her face is like a faceplate. Because I know some artists actually use a faceplate where they kind of have like a face on top of like an empty slate, and they kind of just fit the face onto it, like the eyes and stuff as well. It's very strange. I don't know if that is the case here, but it seems like it might be possible with that little error right there. But then again, Yuri has similar little issues right there, and I don't think that's an error. I think it's supposed to be like that with her. I don't know. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too, such as there being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of people at once. So it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. You definitely came at the right time. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles fondly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kinds of other things are you into? Like genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. Oh, just things you would think are dumb. Sari pauses, a look of concern on her face. How about, I'll tell you about something I'm into, and then you can tell me about something you're into. I suppose that would be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into crafty things. Like making cute little collages or decorating things like cards, or you spelled jewelry wrong, sort it out. Jewelry boxes. Me when I make a mistake shouts at everyone. Oh, not when I make a mistake, when I see a mistake. Did I just say that? I'm sorry, my brain just isn't working. I keep forgetting everything that comes out of my mind. Out of my words. Out of my mouth. What the hell? I don't know. Yeah. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends, but then I put it off to the last minute. So yeah, that's something kind of silly that I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much, it's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something that I'm into now, right? Sari nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. Yes! I love nature. Everyone loves nature, apart from, companies. Companies usually aren't into nature, especially big conglomerates like manufacturing companies. They don't like nature at all. I'm just gonna end up defaming someone one of these days just by saying they don't like this thing. Oh, I'm gonna get manufacturing companies cancelled. No, I don't have the power to cancel anyone. Yet. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. I'm not. Oh, yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as Vice President of the Literature Club. Bitch! That's a smart move right there. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. I like going out into the woods or to the park, just places where you can walk or sit and not have any people around. I adore just going to places where I can just have a long walk in nature. I mean, as you can obviously tell, I live in a jungle. I live in like a jungle or rainforest, I don't even know what it is, but I live in it. And I just like going around, walking these nice, beautiful, natural areas. But I absolutely hate having to go out and there's people around. If there's people around, I will not enjoy it. I will hardly like it. Like, I was recently on holiday, and I went to a castle. And I loved the fact that I went to a castle. It was beautiful. I loved walking around it and stuff. And the area around surrounding it was also beautiful, and I loved that. But I just felt so awkward because there was people around, and I felt like I couldn't really show my excitement properly because there was people around, and I felt like if I even spoke a word at all, they'd all just stare at me. I absolutely hate having to go out in public, but I also love like nature walks and things like that. But I also hate tour guides. I hate going on tours. If I have to go on a tour, that's just the end of it for me. I don't like having people around. I don't like having to follow other people around as well. I don't like massive groups of people either. It's just horrible, and it's also horrible because I have really bad anxiety, especially social anxiety. It's not fun. So I kind of wish there was more areas around me that were, sort of like really natural. In fact, one of my books is actually, not books, one of my short stories has a little bit of that built into it. It's the Lost Out collection. You'll be seeing that on the channel in a few weeks, I think, because I'm doing the whole reading of my short stories, and you can also find the unfinished, incomplete version of the Lost Out collection on my Wattpad page, which will be in the link, which will be linked in the description below. Now that I've mentioned it, actually, it might not be because I'll probably, most likely, when it comes to editing this, I'll forget. So don't quote me on that. I don't know. My brain just stopped functioning again. I like going out. Oh, I've already just read that now. Bleh. It's peaceful. It is. Just nice to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. Actually, no, I don't really enjoy doing that. Because when I let my mind take control and just think and let it race, it just gets so out of control in a matter of seconds. It's not fun. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monika chiming in every now and then as well. Monika had intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. That's nice. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So, are you two going to be starting on that book for the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayori beams, Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monika with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monika are left in the club room. Sayori, you are a lifesaver. I didn't do anything, I just talked. Still. Besides, really lifted my mood. I hate yawning. It's annoying. It feels really nice when I can put my energy toward other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next meeting? I'm kinda scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the club room. It's club time again. Monica went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri is talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I get too excited and forget to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still. I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because I know that you were just humouring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested, but if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have just been working on recruitment stuff mostly. So it just sounded like something fun that we could do together, reading your books. You know, like as a club activity. That would be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologise, stupid Americanism right there. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sayori pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sayori reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell. Part 1 of Everlast Saga. It's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh, I kinda like that. It's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. Okay, I'll stop. Alright, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes. Notes? Yes, that's an effective strategy. Exactly, I'm sure it will be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sayori's joke flew completely over Yuri's head. Like, I'm sorry, but I've read quite a few books in my time. Quite a damn few. Hard books, easy books, whatever books. At the minute I'm reading some Stephen King novels, and I'm also reading, what's it called? The Book Thief. I finally managed to get around to reading The Book Thief. I can't remember who that's by actually. Can never remember authors' names apart from like Stephen King. I don't know. And I've never had any trouble understanding the story or the timelines. I never get like confused to the point where I need to take notes or create a timeline or draw things out or create a map. Fucking hell, I can't even look at a map, let alone create one. So, I don't know, I think this might be overplayed a little bit. But thinking about it, she decides that it's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. Oh. I trust you. You're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and light blush. Can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. Isn't that just intelligence in general? I don't know. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. So am I. I'm not even a real person. I mean, look at me. Look at how my hair moves. Real people don't have like snake hair like this. That should be evident enough from the 2 days that I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart. Especially you. No! Sayuri rubs her shoulders against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Oh, shy Yuri. Okay. After a minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sayuri through the basics of a fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, the races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Sayuri seems to have. But despite Sayuri's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through it in a way such that it's fun to follow along. I don't really like the wording of that. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing that I do. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are like just putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. Ah, you're into poetry? I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs. That is brilliant. No way. Yuri giggles, filling Sayuri's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now, if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Sayuri jots Yuri is patient into her notes. Hey, that's for a book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Most of the times. All of the time. Sayuri flips through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read, but the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayuri speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Well, in this context, it essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sayuri turns the page. Are these footnotes? A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. That is also really cool. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayuri's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions had been reversed, with Sayuri easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are they talking about the past right now or the present? Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayuri rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sayuri asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. Makes sense. At last, Sayuri reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Okay. Sayuri takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. So, what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayuri tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really, really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and to keep doing my best, so I can see it the way that you do. And the relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses, then shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow. But I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that made you... Yuri leaves. You weren't making me? Sayuri is left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at, and I still messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayuri stares blankly at her desk spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. She wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. Ugh, this is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would be having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. And that's the end. Oh, wait, what? Oh yeah, we just unlocked side story part 2. Understanding part 2, sorry. I was confused why we actually got a little bubble on that thing there. Music, we just got something. I don't know what we just got. It would be nice to actually see the thing that we might have just got. Lavender Mist, probably. Probably. I don't know. Pictures. We have this one of Yuri. Finish the side story, understanding part 1. So yes, I will indeed do that. Did we get any more things? I'm not seeing anything. We still have all of these left to get. Like, when are we going to get them? And those 2 as well. And those 2. And that one I think we get for getting the final ending. I think we also get one of these as well for the final ending. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's always free, and I'll see you later.